Hello everyone, it is Friday, April 30th, 2010, and this is your daily dose of reptile news. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission just wrapped up a two-day meeting where they tackled many important subjects, including the proposed snake ban. Apparently they approved the draft rules for moving the snakes from the list of reptiles of concern, reclassing them as a conditional species, which really doesn't change anything because also being a conditional species, the possession of them would be illegal. And apparently for the first time since 1871, smooth green snakes have been documented on Wright-Patterson Airfield. In the past year, they have found 603 snakes on the airfield, 11 of which have been identified from biologists as smooth green snake. They say that the smooth green snake population has been on a steady decline due to habitat destruction and the use of pesticides. Apparently they eat insects, and a lot of times the insects they eat have been exposed to pesticides, which in turn kills the snake. And I found a cool little story about evolution from an island down in the Caribbean. Apparently this island was many islands, and I believe it was 8 million years ago that anoles arrived on the island, and through time they are expected to, especially through 8 million years, they are apparently expected to evolve into different species due to, the obvious, some having, maybe one island has tropical rainforest, runs all rock, whatever, they evolve to their habitat. And surprisingly enough, there were 4 species apparently that arrived there 8 million years ago, and somebody sending me an email, and you see somebody sends an email and you lose your train of thought. 4 species that arrived 8 million years ago, and now the 4 islands have apparently evolved into one island through volcanic activity, and through DNA testing they have found only 4 species still on this one large island. However, they do say that now that it is one large island, there's probably a better possibility that through time they will now evolve into different species, which is it's pretty interesting. Anyway, I'll post the article, same place I always do, so check that out. And if you are the fan of the TV show Wife Swap, you're going to get a little surprise. Tonight on ABC at 9 p.m., the Wife Swap is going to include a family that is pretty crazy about reptiles. Apparently, what did they have? A bearded dragon, some corn snakes, a boa, an alligator. Pretty cool. And they get a wife to move in for the 2 weeks like they normally do that is 100% against keeping pets in the house. So that should be pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be around at 9 o'clock tonight, so you'll have to tell me how. And to Millville, where I guess they're assuming it's a practical joke, somebody called and left a message with police about a large snake sunbathing in a tree. Police forwarded that call to animal control, who went out, and apparently an apartment building overhanging the tree, they recovered the snake. As soon as they picked it up with the snake tongs, it was pretty clear that it was a fake snake. Looked real enough. Apparently the officer approached with caution, but apparently when he realized it was fake, he heard some laughter. So apparently 8 years ago there was another call about a fake snake at the same address. The occupant of the address said the snake had been there for 1 year. Unfortunately, the number was blocked, so police have no idea who called and made the initial complaint. And it is Friday, and as you know, on Fridays we're supposed to do our herping weather and herping market update. So the weather, it's a tough one. If you're, California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, if you're, west, down towards the southern part of the country, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good weekend for getting out there, getting some photographs, catching some snakes, lizards, whatever you want. Unfortunately, if you are in the northern part of our country, you're screwed. Just stay in and look at the snakes you already have. And as far as the retail reptile market, what we use to base our figures is the publicly traded company of PetSmart, which they don't only do reptiles, but they do, so that's what we use. As always, if any of you know any other publicly traded companies that deal more mainstream with reptiles, I'd love to hear about it, because then the figures can be a little bit better. Anyway, they are down today 27 cents a share, or 0.80%. They were up pretty high, almost $1 a share, I believe, yesterday, but going down today, kind of just floating around that midline. So maybe it's not the best day to be selling your snakes. I don't know. They do say, though, that the economy is slowly on the upswing, so maybe those of you that are in that market are going to start seeing some better sales numbers very soon. One can only hope. Anyway, that is all the news for this Friday, April 30th, 2010. If you'd like to read any more about any of these stories, those links are right down below me here in the description. And as always, my name is Jason White. And if you're still here, now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other. If you watch the other channel, then you saw the pre-recorded video, because this was all pre-planned, so you know something's been going on. Anyway, don't want to waste too much time, got a lot to do. So to follow will be exactly what was going on for those of you that follow the Facebook account or whatever that you already know. But anyway, here it is right now.